Are we good now? Yes, we are. Are you playing Emma on PTR today? Probably not. I played it yesterday and there's a video on my YouTube going over it. And there's also the VOD from yesterday. So today is mostly going to be focused on BM. I've got the character set up here, so shouldn't take too long. You too now, Vader. Thank you for tuning in. I'll just give people some time to tune in before we dive in. I've set up the base, so I'm gonna play with Pack Leader because that's what received actual changes. Even though I think it's still gonna be pretty gameplay light, Pack Leader. And also want to set up my UI for it. But I haven't fooled around with my overall talent setup at all. Shockingly good world latency for PTR. Weird how there's no fancy... Is there no fancy neck at all in the new raid? And that's why there's nothing to buy from the vendor in that regard? There's a high haste and a high mastery neck, and if you want anything else, well, you just screwed. If you like crit, get screwed by these necks. Have you tried Floodgate yet? Nah, I don't really have that much interest in PTR testing the dungeons. I'm more interested in PTR testing the specs. Because no matter what the dungeons are, we'll get sick of them a couple months into the new season, so... Why, why not just postpone that as much as possible? Yes, MM Black Arrow is still bugged. It's not just bugged in Raid, it's just globally bugged. Cool, thank you so much for the Prime. And hey, Dead Adders. What are we thinking for next season spec-wise to be the best? I have no idea, because it's way too early. There's no data on this, basically. We have zero data. It's literally a complete... 1 in 3 spin the wheel. That jetpack looks dope. Yeah, it actually fits the mark pretty well too. Hey Bazooka Steve. Have you looked at the new Nvidia 50 series? I'll just wait for the reviews to come out and I'll probably, depending on how well the 5090 performs, I'll probably sell my 4090 at a good chunk of its purchase price and then upgrade. But it depends how much I can sell my 4090 for. Probably quite a bit. Let me just test if my DPS meter even works. Yeah, okay, it does. Cool. Aren't there new AMD CPUs this month too? There are, but none of them are interesting for gamers. The one that's interesting for gamers is the one that's already released and the one I'm using. The 9800 X3D. The new ones are basically just that CPU, but with extra slower cores on top for multitasking or heavy productivity work. But for pure gaming, they're probably just going to be worse. How's the BM on the PTR? That's what we're about to find out in this stream. I'm just waiting for people to trickle in. Thank you very much, Muons. Have a nice day. I'll probably miss the first PTR test, I'm afraid, for the guild. because I got D&D planned, but I'll try and reschedule future D&D sessions. Is your LVI working? Yeah, it works. Well, not the action bars. I had to disable the action bars because those were like not showing, but everything else seems to work pretty much fine. Yeah, just turn off the action bars module only and it seems to work fine. Let me just grab some water. Or a drink. Interestingly, I installed the PTR version of LVI from the GitHub and it was completely bricked. But it, like, yeah, obviously it's not really being tested. It's just kind of pushing stuff that may or may not work. It'll probably work in a day. I'm getting a ton of details errors, but I don't think I can do anything about them. So I think I'll just park it up here. Where do you buy your computer gear here in Denmark? Ashley asks on YouTube. Where I use pricerunner.dk and I just buy from wherever's cheapest, but I try to buy from CompuMail because they're insane at like delivering really quickly. Or ComputerCell because I can pick it up physically. Get Bugsack and Buggrabber. I mean, I have them, I just haven't enabled them on the PTR because I'm keeping it light, but I guess I should. Let me try and pop out the YouTube chat so I can have it side by side. Is there a new talent where you only have one pet as BM? Yes. You finally fixed the music? In terms of YouTube streaming? Oh, you mean the crackling? Yeah, that the latest Windows update 24H2 fixed it. I use MMVision CBA to assemble it myself. Oh my god, dude. Pay me a little bit of money and I'll assemble it for you. I hate when people use pre-builds. Because they're 95% of the time they're so bad. And MMVision is bad. How did the AoE testing go for MM yesterday? AoE was probably the least changed relative to single target. How big the change was in single target. Like I played the MM and aside from sometimes trying to do the explosive shot into aim shot combo, the AoE felt similar, a little bit more fast-paced outside of true shot, but slower during true shot. Overall, I pretty much had fun playing the MM AoE stuff. Also, Cithrin, I feel like I should be pedantic here, but like Bugsack and Buggrabber don't fix any bugs. They just hide them or like put them here. Anyway, I think we are just about ready to get going. So as mentioned, I already set up a pack leader here. I just picked... So the only choice notes I have were Ursine Fury versus Envenomed Fangs. So Ursine Fury is just that when your bear spawns and does the periodic damage, it can reduce the cooldown of kill command. This is the only one that has an impact on gameplay feel. So I picked this. Envenomed Fangs is... It'll basically just consume AoE Serpent Stings and do damage, but I mean... That may be more powerful, especially on AoE, but what I'm interested in is gameplay. And this one has no actual gameplay impact, so I'm gonna pick that. Is Orc the best race for Hunter? No, I mean, usually not, no. I'm not an Orc either, I'm a Makar Orc, which is the best from any specs, at least in pure DPS. Some guildies were trying MM yesterday. They say it was better not to spec True Shot at all. It's possible. It's certainly on AoE. It might be possible. Just because the AoE kit is pretty expensive. And the True Shot is very expensive. So it's possible. Yeah. The next choice node I had to choose between was Horsehair. This is not really DPS related. So I just picked the one that's everyone's kind of excited about. Which is that Binding Shot drags things to its center. And that's what you have for choice nodes for pack leader actually. So... yeah. The rest should be pretty light on gameplay impact. I mean, we have like we have extra barb shot resets from summoning beasts. We have kill command damage. We have, well, how did the pack leader, like the whole, the main mechanic of pack leader is basically completely passive, right? Like you have the bear that deals damage, then you have the wyvern that just increases your damage by a flat amount, and then you have the boar that also just does damage. Which looks better for next patch? Nobody knows. You helped clarify some survival stuff for me in a YouTube comment, and yesterday I got rank 4, now 6 on Queen. Awesome, that's good stuff. I'm curious, what was it that I clarified that led to such a performance improvement? Anyway, and yeah, then we have, well, that's just, yeah, more cooldown reduction on that. Some little bit of cooldown reduction on kill command. The tip of the spear going to 3 stacks, not increase the damage. Oh yeah, that's a huge misunderstanding to have. And yeah, that's pretty important. And yeah, so this is also just flat damage. Yeah, Cobra Shot damage is also flat damage. So really, like, in terms of gameplay differences, we're purely just going to be looking at the different actual talents. And I'll remove all the talents and then we'll make a build from scratch going through every choice. Let me see if there's anything I missed in terms of gameplay. No, there pretty much isn't. Then there's also the tier set, which I should just clarify. So the tier set is basically sometimes we will automatically fire really powerful barb shots, and those will always refresh Frenzy. So automatic barb shots, automatic Frenzy refreshes, and also whenever you cast Bestial Wrath, that will always fire this barb shot, which means that for all intents and purposes, Bestial Wrath will now, or Bestial Wrath I think is actually correct, will refresh Frenzy, which is nice, which means you don't have to worry about having a fresh Frenzy going into Bestial Wrath. And the full set is that basically sometimes when you get this proc, your pets will start doing nature damage with their attacks, which is basically plus 30% raw damage, because nature damage goes through armor while physical damage does not. And when this happens, when they swing, they will also reduce the cooldown of Bestial Wrath by a second. So we get more powerful Bestial Wraths that refresh Frenzy, and we get more of them. So yeah, so far so good. For information, tier set, consume a stack of a barbed if you have. Okay, that's good to know. So yeah, it auto-fires them, but it will still consume a charge. But then at the same time, you're also getting a lot of extra barb shot resets. So I think like barb shot will be kind of this auto-fire thing. Like you will press it sometimes, of course, but so many of them will be auto-fired, I expect. I need to remind myself of the proc rate of this stuff. Are those barb shots triggering stomp as well? Yes. Alright. So let me just... Is there a way to just completely clear build? Reset talents right tree. There we go. Alright. Let's hop right through and just go through every talent. Can I make this a bit bigger? It's pretty big. Alright. So kill command, let's grab the essentials here. We gotta choose between a single pet or an extra pet. This will just be a numbers thing. I guess I should probably test at some point, but let's just go with the single pet for now. Barb shot, obviously. Let's grab borders. I'll try and skip Thrill of the Hunt just because it's kind of a boring point. Same with Aspect of the Beast. Once again, I'm always trying to go for talents that actually have a gameplay impact. Cooldown reduction of barb shot. Well, the thing is, Hexy, so what I wonder is if you getting a jackpot proc consumes a barb shot, what if you don't have any charges and you get a proc? Does it just not happen then? Does that mean you always have to keep a barb shot charge in reserve so that the jackpot proc can consume one? Grab that. It consumes the partial charge and just sets it to like so you have 0 charges. That's interesting. But it's probably an elegant solution. Or do you never want to have a barb shot so it doesn't steal a stack? Well, yeah, I mean, that would be the alternative thing, because if it will do the same damage whether it consumes a partial charge or a full one, you kind of want it to consume as little as possible. But I think in practice, if you're saying that it procs a lot, well, I mean, we're going to see, aren't we? So I'm just picking out talents here. Mostly just like, I'm trying to skip anything that doesn't improve or change gameplay in any way. But I will, of course, have to end up picking some of that. So yeah, so now I need 5 more talent points to even get onwards. So let's pick Threat of the Hunt. Let's pick the new Poisoned Barbs. Pick the Barb Scales, that certainly has an impact. And let's pick... Oh, Cobra Shot damage, focus cost reduced by 5. Yeah, that will have a little bit of feels. I don't think we'll actually pick it compared to Snakeskin Quiver, but I'm just going for everything that has an impact on gameplay. Gotta get our cooldowns, but I don't really care for the choice note here at the bottom just now. Kill a Cobra, obviously an essential. So at this point I haven't even picked... Well, we got Die Beast here. We don't need Die Cleave just now. Alright, so... Are there any boring talents I could skip to get more points down here? No, I'm kind of okay with this, given that they didn't change Bloodshed in any way. So once again, this is not necessarily what I think, like, in fact, it's explicitly not what I think is optimal. I'm just picking the most interesting talents to test with. Also, missed a question in chat. Do you think MM will have a damage profile that's a bit more flat now? I think that since True Shot seems a bit weaker, that will be the case, yes. On the other hand... No, I think I'll stick to that, actually. Alright. Let me think. So... Wait a moment. So if Bestial Wrath always triggers a Barb Shot now... Then you will Ninja Pull if you precast it, which is what we normally do for our opener on live servers right now. Which is at least a little bit problematic. But you're saying, nah, Hex, is that not the case? It's reset, not use. Am I blind? That your spells and abilities have a chance to hit a jackpot that fires a Barb Shot at 200% effect. Casting Bestial Wrath always hits a jackpot. So you're saying if I press Bestial Wrath... You're right, it didn't fire a Barb Shot, but I feel like it was supposed to. Is it just saying the completely wrong thing? Let me just hit a few Barb Shots to bring back my Beast of Wrath, so we can do a fresh opener. Might have to be in combat. Well, okay, but that means that precasting Bestial Wrath is not dead, which I'm cool with. Let me bring my pet out of combat. There we go. Let's wait for everything to recover. And then we can just start hitting the dummy and seeing what it feels like. What's putting me in combat? Against my will. Alright. So, yeah, let's go. We basically just do the same opener as I might do on live. So, basically just use all my kill commands, get my Beastal, my Frenzy up, and then do I pop my Coordinated Assault. So far, everything feels pretty much the same. I'm going to ignore that Kill Shot is constantly available, because that's just because the dummy is on low HP. God, it feels slow, but is my haste that bad? My haste isn't that bad, but it feels so slow right now. I don't know. Maybe that's just BM and I'm used to playing, I don't know, survival, which is a bit more fast-paced. No PI, true. I am used to getting PI in the opener. That's probably unironically an element. I suspect that I'm going to ignore Explosive Shot, because I don't even think it's going to be worth pressing. Because it isn't now, and I think we're getting more interesting things. But so far, honestly... feels pretty much unchanged. Like clearly the pack leader stuff is going on, But in terms of what it's doing, I'm not really noticing. And like the barb shots I'm getting, I mean, I noticed that my frenzy is completely chilling on uptime. But I can't help but notice that I just pressed Beastie Wrath there, or Bestie Wrath, and I didn't seem to get a frenzy refresh. So am I just misunderstanding, or is the game misunderstanding what that set bonus is supposed to do? Jason, you will cry no matter what. So yes, you will cry again in Season 2. I guarantee it. We get out the breakdown. Oh, that's a bit big. Should expand these, shouldn't I? Damn, the bear is doing work. What? The bear alone is doing 20%? That's just one of the pets you can get. It's kind of nuts. I assume that there are like tons of bugs affecting the output of all these things. But yeah. So I just hit Beastie Wrath and it definitely didn't refresh Frenzy. And I didn't even see an animation of a barb shot being fired, so... I think it's 652 circlet for normal people. Oh, it's so nice and simple just having to worry about one pet in the breakdown here. How much is the boar doing? Where the heck is the boar? Am I blind? Oh, yeah, boar charge. There it is. Okay. Beasts are still doing a lot of damage. Honestly, I'm pretty sure BM just feels the same. But notice this, like I'm gonna fight this Bestie Wrath now. No barb shot. And obviously none of the other effects. So I'm pretty sure set bonus is just broken. Is the... Let me see. Because obviously, for a significant portion of the time, let's look at jackpot uptime. Wait, am I getting any procs at all? Yeah, because others people were talking about the effects of it. But for me, I'm just not getting anything at all. So... yeah, I'm gonna re-equip my gear, I suppose. It did look like you got the CD reduction on Beastie Wrath when you activated. Like that it instantly like fired a barb shot that reduced its CD. Let me just re-equip. Can I just do... let me save like this. Then do nothing. And then like this. Avert your eyes. Alright. Now we've re-equipped. So... should work now, right? Okay, still no opener, Bestie Wrath barb shot. Just doing standard opener for now. Paying attention, so yeah, you're dumping everything and then paying good attention to my, what's happening with my barb shot at all times. The resets I'm getting here are just from Coordinated Assault. Not Coordinated Assault, Call of the Wild. Oh, I wasn't paying attention for that Bestie Wrath. Next one. Okay, now. Still no barb shot going off, and if I look at my buffs... so is it one of those things that don't work on dummies? Because... I feel like I would have heard about it if the set bonus wasn't working at all for anybody. I'll be honest, I didn't check the Hunter Discord in detail yet. I don't know what who the we here are, Jason. Like, I don't know what you want out of... like, Hunter doesn't have a reputation in LFG. It's just that it's not meta, and so people don't invite it. It's that simple. Yeah, okay, so the set bonus I just can't get to work, and I feel like that's a pretty significant portion of how this will all feel. So, does anyone have an idea? The MM tier set worked, yes. But the MM tier set was pretty much mostly passive, right? Extra lock and load procs and more powerful lock and load procs. That's really all it is. Yeah, I don't know. Let me just go hit, like, find some open world mobs, some rare. Just make sure it's not a dummy issue. Your spells and abilities. So I do have to find something with some HP that will survive me hitting it for a while. Anyone happen to know the convenient location of a rare? I assume all the rares will be up, right? World boss. That's a good shout. Although I'll die to a world boss, I'd rather find a big rare. Did you notice the increased auto shot damage? Well, how can you notice something that's completely passive? Like, how can you notice increased auto shot damage except by opening your DPS meter? Okay, rare scanner is not playing nice. Siren's Island. Yeah, I could go there, I guess. Do I have my half-stone off CD? I do. But no one's there to activate the events on the PTR, presumably, so... So I had to deal with someone's posting N-words in a Hunter Discord, which is a bit strange. Yeah, sorry. Follow a dungeon. I just need a rare. I don't need, like, something that fancy. I guess I can just go and kill world mobs until I hopefully get a jackpot proc. I'll also make sure my UI... Because I did set up a jackpot proc thing yesterday. But it's only loading for MM right now. As long as it's named, play above, own only. But wait, it's not a buff to track, or is it? It's a pet buff, potentially. I'm kind of stupid, like I wouldn't expect there to be a buff. Because it's not like it's an instantly fired thing. Except the second part. Like the mutagen on the pets. But then I probably need to start combat logging all this. Do you do coaching for gold? Yeah, I do. Someone wants to pay with gold, that's fine. I can't really tell if it's There's info on my coaching on my Discord, Jason. You can just convert that to like EU WoW tokens for the gold price, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I just can't seem to get the tier set to work. But my barb shot is doing a lot of damage, so like 10% of overall. Although they did buff it, so I'm wondering if that's coming from the 200% effectiveness barb shots or not. What I really need is like a buff tracker for the pet, so I think... Let's set up the combat log. Add a filter, pet. Then we say done to, everything done to the pet. Spells. And then we, what? Can we detach that? Undock. Make that real big. Change the font size so you guys can see it. Is that obvious enough? Okay, let's try that. And now let's just play normally and see if it ever gets like some fancy mutagen proc. Certainly the first best draft there didn't do anything. Hey, bruv, mate, what's up? Piercing fangs, no. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like I should have gotten a proc, several procs by now, but it ain't happening. I guess I can just confirm real quick. If it's not a pet buff, then maybe it's just... So if I add pet damage to them. Done by pet. Oh god, that's so spammy, but... I'm basically just looking for the word nature in here. Which I'm not getting. They're still doing physical damage. Even after Best of the Wrath, which should have triggered. Okay, I just don't think that the tier set is working. Is there a link to your music playlist? This is actually just a playlist called... What is it called? It's one I had yesterday. I think I just... Yeah, World of Warcraft, the complete OST. It's every song from all WoW expansions. Maybe try the 2-pet talent. Yeah, I'll try that. Can't hurt. Gotta get out of combat. Alright, let's see. Gotta wait for the second best draft to roll around before we'll know. Best draft coming up, let's see. Now I would expect to see nature damage. But I'm not. I know this is weird, but I saw one of your videos recently. I was like, why do I know this accent? Then I realized you're Danish. Yeah. It's, it can be a traumatic realization for some. I know it was for me. Okay. The fact that we don't have a working tier set is, quite annoying. Because it does change the vibe of the spec. Let me just check the Hunter Discord, make sure that this isn't already known. Yeah, because Tyler wrote this great forum post. But he didn't write anything about the tier set. Am I nuts? Let me just ask him. What's the plater profile? This is my own LVI nameplates profile. It's available to subs and patrons. I'm glad that you don't find it so bad, for like... Maybe try an AoE, see if only the cleave is doing nature damage. Deal 2 hits targeting up to 5 nearby enemies. Yeah, worth a try, why not? Well, let me just get the answer here. It works a tiny bit, but mostly not, is what Tyler is telling me, so... Hey Crive, thank you for tuning in. What's your first impression? Right now, like, we're just finding out that the tier set, which honestly, the tier set probably has a bigger impact on how BM will feel next patch than any of the talent things combined. But the tier set is not working, so I'm a little bit at an impasse here. Maybe I'll like hold this video / content for later if I cannot test it properly. Where do you get the new tier? No, it's in Donegal. It's like right outside the... it's over there. But wait, no, it's not over there. It's over there. It also eats current charges when it procs. Yeah. But that means he actually got it to proc. Maybe Cry, but probably not doing that much Mythic Plus this PTR. It's mostly just about testing the specs. And yeah, the jetpack is pretty neat and fits our transmog quite well. The transmog isn't so bad either. I don't really get the vibe of like skulls. Like, isn't it meant to be like a goblin expansion? I don't know. Yeah. Like, without, like... But okay, let's say, so right now, with the tier set not really working, it feels pretty much exactly as it always did. Pack Leader is completely passive in terms of how it feels, except for sometimes giving you barb shot resets, which we already got some of anyway, and a little bit of kill command cooldown reduction. There's really not more to it there. Insofar as you'll play around Pack Leader, it'll probably just be about holding kill command at the end of a Mythic Plus pack to ensure that you can start out your next pack with a particular proc. Because the beasts that you'll get that rotates randomly, so... And obviously some beasts are better than others. For example, the boar is completely insanely broken at the moment. Sorry, the bear, not the boar. Yeah, that's pretty much it. They didn't remove multi-shot, it's right there. Alright. Let's make an AoE build. So reset talents on the right. Let's grab Solitary Companion. Keep things simple for testing. Multi-shot, obviously. Grab all the essentials. Yeah, and AoE I don't really care about any of the Cobra talents. Poison Barbs could be cool. Definitely want Die Cleave. Die Command probably for even more Die Beasts. Beast Cleave, Kill Cleave, Best of Wrath. Let's not have Kill Cobra for the AoE stuff. Activating Best of Wrath grants 1 charge a Barb Shot. I wonder how that will interact with the tier set that currently makes Best of Wrath consume a Barb Shot. Because if they happen, like depending on what triggers first, this talent could be completely worthless. Let's just go Brutal Companion now. Let's grab that, so we can multi-dot a bit. Let's grab Explosive Venom, it doesn't get much love, but we're only testing. Something like this. And we can keep the Pack Leader tree the same. So, yeah, let's just hop in. We just press some buttons. Oh, I gotta get this, yeah, I gotta get the Die Beast up real early. To get the Die Cleave going. Ah, there we go. Wait, did I just get a tier set proc? Or what? I'm not sure. Expand Voragor here. Wait, what? There we go. It keeps closing itself, which is a little bit annoying when I'm trying to get a good over... Wait, no, it's not. I'm just stupid. Yeah, the tier set seems to be doing something on the AoE dummies. But let me see. But still no barb shot fired from the Best of Wrath when I look at the animations. The AoE feels... It feels weirdly high-paced. Even outside of CDs and stuff. But I'm trying to think of like what is actually causing it. Like why is 30% haste? Do I just have a haste proc right now? That's why? Am I just kidding myself? The bag it's not a bag attachment, it's just a new Biz cloak in the new patch. And it happens to look like a jetpack. But yeah, it feels broadly the same. There's CDs coming up again. Honestly, like... What's my uptime on best rest so far? It's not really showing that properly. I don't know, like... I guess nothing has really changed is a valid conclusion. It's not like there's... the changes are that significant. A lot of them are sort of interesting interactions, but they're not really interactive mechanics. What does it do? The tier set? Essentially, it gives you a lot of Beasted Wrath cooldown reduction, and you will sometimes fire barb shots for free. For example, I think it just happened right there. But I'm not sure if it's meant to... Like, I don't know if it's a bug or a feature that it consumes existing Bested Wraths. Sorry, barb shots. Like, if you get a proc for the auto-fire barb shot like I just did, it'll consume whatever barb shot you have. Which feels a bit silly to me. Like there. Like I blink and suddenly a barb shot charge is gone. So now I'm completely out of barb shots to fill in between these kill commands, and then I got another one there. So now I got a full reset proc. Trying to wait for another one. It's a blink and you'll miss it thing. Oh, there's another one, yeah. I mean, on AoE, the flow is fine, but I don't think... Yeah, I think... The AoE stuff is fine. I'm having an okay time. But it's the same. It really is just the same. Like my breakdown is like, okay, the new bear is doing a lot of work. That's cool. What about my Dire Beast cleaves? Let me close that. Where is... Okay, the boar charge is also doing really well in this sort of a 5-target cleave. So combined, two of my pack leader pets are doing 20% or more overall right now. And on top of that is the Wyvern, which is probably contributing a similar amount. But it's of course just buffing the damage of all the other pets. Rend Flesh is the bleed from the bear, right? The Rend Flesh is the... It doesn't really show, but I'm pretty sure it's the boar. Because if we look at the boar here, it's meant to... I guess it could be either. And in terms of pressing more Cobra Shot, well, I guess. Let me just try a different dummy. Like, maybe it's just Kelpfish specifically, that dummy. Let me go up to the upstairs dummy. We can try single target again. But yeah, AoE feels pretty much the same. Feels pretty decent if you play it well and do multi-dodgy barb shots for the extra reduction. My AoE breakdown is like that. It doesn't really make sense to open it. Like, it's a lot of... The boar charge is good. The bear beast cleaves, which is powerful. The beast cleaves from the Dire Beast is like 4%, which is decent. Yeah, seems alright. I didn't save the single target build, did I? Let me save this. BM AoE. The auto trigger barb shot is gonna be hard to multi-dot with. Not really. I mean, you can't you don't know it's... You don't... Well, Okay, so here's the thing. If you know that your Bestial Wrath, when it's fixed, is going to automatically fire a super powerful barb shot, do you need to target another target in order to make sure that... Yeah, you can change... Well, you won't change target after. You always want to have a main target, but when you're about to cast Bestial Wrath, for that global, you would swap targets. Because otherwise, because you know it's going to fire a barb shot at your target, and you want to change potentially what target it's going on. Every other barb shot, you can just regular multi-dot with a mouse over macro. But since these are not mouse overable, presumably, you would have to do it in this manner, which is kind of silly. Is Radiant Power new Bisenchant for next patch? What do you mean new? It's the existing Bisenchant. I don't care about enchants for the next patch, bro. Neither should you. There are other things to worry about. Yeah. Just mouse over every other and have the proc on main target. Well, that is probably what you're going to end up doing a lot of the time, but I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when I multi-dot barb shot, it's not like a carefully calculated thing. Like, I'm just kind of sending barb shots on random targets that don't have it. There's no such thing as a mouse over Bestial Wrath macro. It always hits yourself. Maybe some way to make the auto-fire BS prior a target not affected by BS. I mean, unless you're hacking, you can't do that. You can't add smart multi-dotting to the game just like that. But yeah, that's where we're at. Nobody knows, Zikya. Anyone who tells you that they know is lying. Let me go and rebuild the single target build from earlier and try different dummies, see if I can get the set bonus to work. Did you already try MM? Yeah, there's a video up on YouTube and a VOD from yesterday. Let me just get the basics. What am I missing? Is there any other interesting talent we could pick up for last point here that I will actually alter gameplay? Seems not, so I'm just gonna pick one. Well, what did I pick differently earlier? No, it seems pretty neutral. Hey, Pudgy. Alright, let's hit up this other dummy, see if... I did have Crows, but Crows doesn't alter gameplay, so it's kind of whatever. If the only difference is these two, then... I know stats don't really matter at this point, but do you think Mastery will be insane for PLBM? There's no reason to think that it will or won't be. That we have no data on stats whatsoever, so it's just a gamble. I mean, the thing is, BM isn't changing that much, so chances are it's probably going to be pretty similar to now, except Pack Leader no longer has insane crit scaling. So, and we, like, instead now you've got to cycle these things. I mean, okay, so if I had to gamble, but I have no idea, I think it's probably going to be like Haste Mastery, biz stats. Haste to cycle through Howlet the Pack Leader more quickly. And Mastery just because it's a good stat for BM baseline. So that's what I'm thinking. Okay, let's try. Let me get out the... Let me do a little 3 minutes single target test here. Ooh, an MM Hunter. What build is he playing? Seth. He's in full AoE build. Okay. Okay, he doesn't want any... Okay. Okay. Alright, let's see. Where's my lust? Is this the right pet? God damn it. I don't have the right bars. There we go. Okay. Starting 3 minutes, single target test. Don't ignore the DPS. Like, the DPS is not what I'm looking at here. I'm just, like, trying to get a vibe for how it feels, if it's any different, and if the tier set will actually work now. So, let's go. Ah, lust openers feel so much better. Go out here. So far, haven't noticed any procs consuming my barb shots for me. Basically, pay attention to barb shot right now. If it ever goes to 0 without me triggering it with a GCD, then the tier set is working, but it doesn't seem to be happening. And certainly the best wrath thing is not working. But yeah, so far, the buttons I've pressed pretty much identical to what it would be if I did the same thing on live. I do feel like I'm getting a few more barb shots and kill commands compared to usual. That could just be the extra gear. But yeah, the tier set doesn't seem to be doing it. Yeah, seems. It exists. Alright, I mean, it's a pretty short conclusion. I'll probably... Yeah, I don't know. Is Dark Ranger unchanged? Pretty much, yeah. It doesn't have the every X Best of the Rafts that triggers the thing anymore. With Withering Fire, it's just always active, I believe. But it's a pretty subtle change. How's Barb Shot CD getting lower faster? Well, the resets are from a mix of Wild Call, which is just regular resets. And then whenever you summon a beast, it reduces the cooldown by 18 seconds, which is basically the same as giving you all your charges back. And summoning beasts, that's just tied to pressing essentially kill commands. And just doing your rotation, you will summon these beasts through Pack Leader. And whenever you do that, that's when you get your barb shots back. And then you also, casting Cobra Shot, but that's an existing talent. Dark Ranger is still bugged on live, yes. What if you put a send pointer 2 into Send of Blood, then try BW? We can try that, but I'm not sure what it would do. Do we really need scales in this case? No, probably not, but like this build has nothing to do with what I think is best. I've just picked every single talent that has a potential gameplay impact, because I find it more interesting that way. Let's go full Send, but I don't really see what it would achieve. Well, the thing is, it's either a good or bad interaction with Send, but we're already drowning in barb shots. So, to me, Send is just a dead talent, I think. But it's also just not working, the set bonus. So, what I'm talking about there is, whenever you press Bestial Wrath, you fire a barb shot at 200% effectiveness. That's the 2 set. The Send of Blood talent is, when you activate Bestial Wrath, it gives you 2 charges of barb shot. So the question is, does it give you the charges and then use one? Or does it use one and then immediately give it back to you? Depending on how that works, it's either good or bad, but I think even if it's the good outcome, I think Send of Blood is kind of mid. Because whenever I run out of kill commands, I could pretty much always press a barb shot. I mean, I don't know how long time I spent on that. Just under 3 minutes, I hit like 12 Cobra shots. So I'm hitting less than, math, right? 120 plus 49 divided by 12. I'm hitting a 1 Cobra shot every 14 seconds on average. So, certainly Barb Scales is probably not that hot Cobra Sense is probably not that hot. Because, okay, out of those casts, I'm getting 2.7% damage. I mean, yeah, Snakeskin Quiver is just way better. We're just not casting enough Cobras right now. But I think that's kind of okay, because Cobra Shot isn't all that interesting. Go Bloody Frenzy then? I mean, what does Bloody Frenzy do? Like, I've chastened, like, you don't get it, I feel. You're cooking with talents you think are good. I'm cooking with talents I think are interesting. Like, I don't care what talents are good right now. I'll care a lot about that in a month and a half or so. But yeah, that's pretty much it. BM, it's pretty much the same, but you get, in theory, Bestial Wrath quite a bit more often. And you get to spend a ton of time in Killer Cobra. I mean, it's certainly not. So if you were hoping that BM was going to be more complex or deep in terms of gameplay, I think you'll be disappointed. But if you just really like the simplicity of BM and the vibe of pressing kill commands and barb shots and getting more kill commands, then you will really like it. Yeah, but the thing is, Bloody Frenzy has no gameplay impact whatsoever, right? So yeah, I could try it, but it would be the exact same rotationally speaking. Like, yeah, these talents are pretty much neutral. I'm playing with every single talent that has a gameplay impact pretty much in one build, so that's kind of nice that I can test everything. Have you tested Survival yet on PTR? No, that'll probably be a thing for tomorrow. Because, I mean, yeah, pretty short stream, but we pretty much covered everything there is to say about BM. There will be more though, like this is literally day 2 day 2 of PTR. So there'll be more stuff and potentially some other content, but I don't know, like, I think testing dungeons is for testing dungeons. I think if you actually want to test the specs, you actually have to pay attention to the spec and not learning a new dungeon. And that's why I prefer to do my testing on the dummies here. Oh, you meant Bloodshed. Yeah, so Bloodshed, you press it once every minute and nothing happens. It just does damage. So Bloodshed is, aside from just pressing it, it does nothing for your gameplay. Do your LVI action bars work on PTR? No, that's why you can see I just turned off that module in here and everything else seems to work fine. In your opinion, will BM become viable in Mythic Plus? Nobody knows. There's no way to know. There's no data whatsoever. Alright. Pretty short stream, but that's pretty much it for BM. There will be a YouTube video up for this tomorrow, covering everything you've seen. But there will also be a VOD up on both Twitch and YouTube. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll probably be back with some survival gameplay and testing tomorrow. If you like the stream, be sure to follow. And if you really like it, consider pledging on Patreon for access to Hunter Coaching, my Hunter UI, the one that I'm building for the PTR right now, and much more. What is best, big pet or 2 pets right now? It should be 2 pets, but we'll see, basically. They'll be pretty close, but it should be 2 pets. Right now, like, doing the math right now with all the bugs doesn't really make much sense, but yeah, that's basically how it is. Let me just catch up on YouTube to chat, answer any questions in there, rapid fire. Hey, Timothy Crawford, how's Hunter feeling on the PTR? MM feels a bit better, BM feels pretty much the same. Have they fixed the Black Arrow bug? No. How's the BM pack leader? It's completely passive, it changes your gameplay arguably even less than the existing pack leader, but it's pretty powerful. Has multi-shot been improved at all? It doesn't do meaningful damage still. It activates Beast Cleave and that's pretty much it. How good does it look compared to live so far? How's the damage compared to live? There's no, like, so any damage comparisons are completely moot. I know that this is what generates, you know, viewers and like attention and all that, but like it's simply a fact that you can learn nothing about the relative performance of specs or anything on the PTR right now, because everything's a buggy mess. Die beasts are doing so little damage. Is it because you didn't take Die Frenzy? I did take Die Frenzy for my single target at least, but maybe you wrote that comment previously. Could you do a focus Beastie Wrath macro? No, that wouldn't work. When MM tests, I did that yesterday. There's both a VOD up on Twitch and a video on YouTube. Yeah. Is PL the way to go for M+ or Dark Ranger? I mean, I'd be surprised if it wasn't Pack Leader, but we'll see. Alright. I did answer that, Bandit Keith. I will test Survival tomorrow. Can you speak Spanish? No, I'm afraid not. I speak Danish and English, and that's about it. Alright. Yeah, I'll be back again tomorrow with some survival stuff. And then in the coming weeks and stuff, whenever there are big changes or bug fixes, I'll come back and revisit the testing I've already done. Hey, Preppy, what's the mathematically correct way to play Hunter? It's the way that the Icy Veins guides tell you how to play it. Alright. See you around.